All right, let's bring in the author of The Power of Body Language expert Tanya Ryman. You were watching the interview last night between Charlie Gibson and Sara Palin. What did you think overall?
Overall, you know, she's calm, cool, and collected. She comes across as very strong. Of course, we all have weak moments, especially when you're in front of the television camera, and Charlie Gibson was tough. So, you know, overall, I think she did well in terms of coming across as professional.
Yeah. Well, of course, Charlie had to ask the question, you think you can be president?
Yeah.
And here's the response, and the question first, of course.
Can you look the country in the eye and say, I have the experience and I have the ability to be not just vice president, but perhaps President of the United States of America?
I do, Charlie, and on January 20th, when John McCain and I are sworn in, if we are so privileged to be elected to serve this country, we'll be ready. I'm ready.
Well,
all right.
Tanya, of course, I mean, he asked, do you think you're ready to be president? Yeah. If she says no, they shut down the lights, they all go home. Yeah. I mean, she can only say yes.
Yes.
But how did it go as
well,
far as
did
the
you
body
notice
language?
she went, yes, Charlie, I'll be ready. So what does that tell me? She might believe that she's ready on the outside, but unconsciously there's some turmoil going on. You could see that because she negated her own speech.
Really?
Yes. So when you do this, you're confirming yourself, but then she starts doing this midway. And it's a small enough nod that you can recognize that it's an unconscious move.
Oh, it gets more fascinating. It got a little testy, sort of. And Charlie asked the governor about the Bush doctrine, and she seems a little at a loss. Watch.
Do you agree with the Bush doctrine?
In what respect, Charlie?
The Bush, what do you interpret it to be?
His worldview?
No, the Bush doctrine, enunciated September 2002, before the Iraq War.
I believe that what President Bush has attempted to do is rid this world of Islamic extremism, terrorists who are hell-bent on destroying our nation.
Breathe, breathe. And we were just kind of laughing that because we're all kind of doing one of those things.
Well, that's what happened.
Exhaling sort of show.
She goes
a little.
And when you see somebody doing that, you recognize it's fear. She goes, uh-oh, what am I going to do with this? But in addition, what did you notice? She put a little smile on her face, a sarcastic smile, and then she closes that body language right up.
Do you think she was saying to him, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to trap me and make me feel like I don't know what the Bush doctrine is?
I don't even know if she went that far. I think it was, I'm trapped. It wasn't even you're trying to trap me. It was I'm trapped.
I don't know specifically what the Bush doctrine is. I'm at a loss here. How can I recover?
Right.
And I think she does.
You see the shifting and then the closed body language, and that tells me she's really trying to get herself together now.
Okay, but I thought she explained it in a generic way that came close to what it is.
Yeah.
The
and the
essence
second
of
piece,
the doctrine.
right? The second piece of that.
And Charlie follows.
But he asked it in a very broad spectrum as well. A lot of people are saying he really wasn't fair to her. He was kind of, you know, not that sensitive. And,
yeah.
But you wouldn't be saying that if it was a guy. Yeah, but you wouldn't be saying that if it was a man. Right. You wouldn't be saying condescending if it was a man.
Okay, Charlie, just do it your way.
All right. We're going to pick it up now with Charlie's follow-up question to that.
The Bush doctrine, as I understand it, is that we have the right of anticipatory self-defense, that we have the right to a preemptive strike against any other country that we think is going to attack us. Do you agree with that?
I agree that a president's job, when they swear in their oath to uphold our Constitution, their top priority is to defend the United States of America.
Okay, all signs of stress, though. Maybe verbally answered it okay, but what did you notice? An eye twitch. When you see an eye twitch
mad at
like
Charlie
that.
there?
No, she's stressed. That's a very high level of stress. So the eye twitches, and then she starts going, rolling in her lips, and that's a high sign of anxiety. The lip roll, the N-word lips, the eye twitching, those are all signs that verbally she's doing fine, but non-verbally she's uncomfortable.
Can you tell the difference between having anxiety because you're just not prepared for this, or you know, she's not prepared for office, or is it anxiety because, whoa, I was the governor of Alaska and now I'm sitting here, I could be vice president?
She'd have to answer that, but I will tell you.
You answer that, too. I'll answer your body language and you tell me.
You're twitching.
What's the difference? She needs to be prepared for both those things. What's the difference? She has to be prepared for office, for being interviewed, for running the country. What if McCain has 72
she was tripping on her words, though. I mean, I'm not suggesting that. I mean, I thought she did a pretty good job.
Verbally beautiful, just non-verbally.
Trenny, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I do have a comment. I'm okay with the fact that she had to pick up on the answer. There's a lot she still has to learn. I'm not okay with the fact that the public is saying now that she was treated differently or unfairly because they didn't ask her. They asked her serious, hard-hitting questions and stuck to it. That's what I want to do with every candidate. I want some answers.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, get in my ear if Geraldo wants to chime anytime. Just let us know. In this next clip, Charlie Gibson questioned the governor's foreign policy experience. Very important.
Have you ever met a foreign head of state?
I have not, and I think if you go back in history and if you ask that question of many vice presidents, they may have the same answer that I just gave you.
Quickly, just once again, you saw the eye twitch. And in addition to that, what does she do? Did you notice her body language when she moves in? It's almost like she's angry. She has this sarcastic grin and this anger in her eye, and that eye twitch just gives away.
Yeah, what did she say? That she said that she had never met a head of state, right?
Yes.
And she said, I don't think other VP candidates did. Well, the record is over the last 32 years, they all had met a head of foreign state before they went into the campaign or during the campaign.
But let's go back to Bill Clinton. How many heads of state did he meet when he was governor?
Well, you say that same thing about George Bush. What do you have? One term as the governor of Texas?
That's okay. That's okay. Her having not met a head of state, many of those VP candidates shook somebody's hand. It doesn't make them presidential candidates. Right. I'm okay with that.
I agree.
That's taking it too far.
I agree with that.
I want to know what she's going to do about the economy.
Yes, it created a storm, though. There's a